Hi everybody, I'm here with my boy Champ. He is going to be a 3-year-old stallion pretty soon here in 2025, and he is a registered Missouri Fox Trotter, and he is what I am hoping will be my personal horse. He is very stout built, he's got great conformation, and I have been working with him a lot lately, a lot of groundwork, and I want to show you guys tonight what all he has learned. He knows how to be saddled and harnessed and work in a collar. He knows how to drive. He does some groundwork. He's patient and sweet and gentle. So we're going to show you some of what he does. But since today he got his first set of horseshoes on, and I've been training him for the last week to make sure he behaved very well for the farrier, which he did excellent. I'm a little excited, and I'm going to take the training one step further and actually get on him and see if he'll walk off in the round pen. Of course, I'll judge that based on how he's behaving and how he's acting, but he's pretty consistent. He's usually a good boy. Okay, so first I'm just gonna get him warmed up and working for me. Walk. Good boy. I really like his gait. I like the rhythm he has in his gait, where you look at his, almost from his tail all the way through his head, everything has a little bit of a rhythm to it, especially his head shake. He's very soft, very light, so I can just put a little pressure and he'll scoot his feet. That's not to say he's reactive, but he's just very alert. For a young man, he is built too. Man, he has great conformation and a lot of muscle tone. He's a very thick neck. Oh, come here, good boy. Stand there. Oh, stand. Oh, good boy, that sigh there. I like that. I like to just test that he's going to stand still and not move when I've told him to stand still. This is how I trained him to get his horses or his feet shod too, is leave him standing loose like that and walk around him all over and make sure he doesn't move a muscle. And it's important because it's how I like to train them to get tacked up, is loose, so that they don't move when you're saddling them. Ooh. I like to, on these young ones, just let them be in this round pen while I'm tacking them, and I'll let him walk off and even drop the saddle if I have to, and then he'll get sent away and punished for moving, so that he learns to stand still when being tacked up. Good boy. Watch out, please. Move your head. Good boy. Oh. That was a bad throw. Good boy. Make sure I get everything set. I always like to put my left hand underneath the blanket and lift up a little bit into the tree, so that as I cinch down the girth, the tree doesn't pull the saddle pad tight over the withers. On a young horse like this, you always want to make sure to do the girth first, because he is by no means finished. Even on a finished horse you probably should, but I don't always on a finished horse that I know is not going to do anything. He's so big that whoever I had this on last, he needs adjustment down. I mean, he's not very tall, but tall and structure is two different things. But he's being a pretty good boy right now. He has really got the total package, and that's why he is still a stallion. So by total package, I mean he's got the brains, the brawn, the quality of gait. So I'm hoping he makes as good a show horse as I need him to, and I'll keep him around to keep Image's bloodline alive. Image was his father, who passed away here on the farm at 27 years of age, of a great stallion. Image got to where he would choke the last year or so, and I'm pretty sure that had something to do with his passing. Back up, bud. Hey, yeah, back up. Some alfalfa on the ground there. Don't cinch it down very tight at first. Well, especially on a young horse, you want to take probably 3 iterations of tightening the girth. Have them move between each one. You don't want to teach them to start being cold-backed or humping up a little bit, getting cinchy. This is how you avoid it. Take your time. Do it incrementally. Good boy. Oh, yes. And I've given him a lot of time in the bit, trying to get him used to it. No, I do not ride bitless. Never do on a fox trotter, especially when you're going to try to show. There's too much gait involved. You got to be able to have collection, the right type of collection, to be able to compete in the fox trotter discipline. Now, people will be saying you can get collection bitless. Sure, but you're not ever going to be able to compete. You're not going to see a bitless rider down at Ava winning a world championship, most likely. I say that, of course. I had that one bay mare, Fabulous, that would work better for me in a halter and lead rope than she would with a bridle on. Okay, so now he's all tacked up. And what I generally like to do with a young horse is back him up before I ask him to go forward. Back up. Back up. Good. Back. Back. Ooh, what a good boy. What a good boy. And that is mainly just because if they think they're trapped, you know, that cinch hugging their body makes them feel trapped, they'll hump up a little bit or buck to get their feet unstuck. You back them up and they'll just realize their feet are unstuck. Get up. What a good boy. Get up. Can we have a little more speed, please? I'm trying to get him to break out of that gait, and all he's doing is making that gait go faster. I'd like for him to trot or canter. It's kind of too small of a round bend to canter in very effectively for a big striding horse like he is. There you go. Oh, come here, baby. Oh, you're such a good buddy. Yeah, you are a good boy. Good boy. Okay, before I start driving them, I make sure I've got them trained to flex good and give to pressure. He's bracing a little bit there. He normally does the good boy. Does that perfectly. All right, and I just use the driving reins basically when they're too young to ride so that I can get to training them on steering and handling, and I don't have to wait because I get impatient. And I also want to start working all these in harness. So let's go this way first. Walk, bud. Walk. Walk. Good boy. And I just practice, maybe do some figure 8s in here and some turns and different things. He does fight his head a lot, but that's just being a baby. He'll learn to get used to the bit, and I have some exercises I do to get him used to that. Walk. Whoa. Oh, good boy. Back up. You want to back up? Good boy. Walk. Walk. Good boy. Nice, cool. Nice, cool night, so he's got quite a bit of spunk to him tonight. Good boy. Oh, oh, good boy. Walk, walk, walk. Good. Trying to just get him to walk off nice and slow that time. But we've gone down the road and in trails and stuff like that, doing this to get ready. And here the next warm day I get, I'm gonna harness him up and have him drag weight for the first time. I have just been walking behind him in the harness. Let's see if we can turn right. Walk up. Good boy. Ho. Actually, go over to Emery and ho. Whoa. Good boy. Yeah, you're doing okay. Oh, you're okay. Good boy. I think I'll put a tarp on the saddle, let him hear some noise and see how he likes that. I'm sure I've done this a few times. I'm training 3 or 4 different ones right now. I can't remember when the last time I've done that with him is. Which way have we been going mostly, bud? Go that way. Get up. Good boy. How pretty you look carrying something. I love the head shake, especially when he's carrying a load. Oh, then he goes into a pace and he loses his head shake. There, he's square again. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about with a pace, it's when both legs on the same side are moving forward at the same time. Good boy. Good boy. Come here. Come here. You ain't gonna come, then you gotta go. Kind of sent him a little harder that time for not coming to me when I asked him to. Come here, bud. Come here. Okay, that's a good boy. You are a good boy. Thing is, people, when they're looking for stallions to breed to their mare, unfortunately, they look more for color than they do for quality. You know, he has so many features that make him a great stallion, from his thick, compact build, back up, his temperament, his muscle mass, his feet. He has amazing hoof structure. He's got great big old feet. You want a big foot on a horse. It, you know, spreads their weight out, gives them a better foundation, you know. He wears a size 1 horseshoe and just turning 3 years old. So one thing about training these young horses too is you want to make a lot of noise and kind of require a lot of them. And by require a lot of them, I mean I'm requiring him to stand still, even though I'm flapping these stirrup leathers and making noise. Oops, I dropped my mic muffin. This little thing on the microphone falls off every couple minutes. The first time I'm going to get on him, I will probably tie him up just in case something goes sideways. And I'm not going to move for a long time when I get on him. I'm going to, let him get used to having to be patient and stand still. Oh, I should have done some yoga today. I'm a little stoved up. There went the mic muffin again. Good boy. And you can see, for those of you that know horse body language, there's no fear in his eyes at all. He completely trusts me, whatever we're going to do, even as odd or weird as it may seem to him. Good boy. Oh, I bet you just stepped on the mic muffin. So when you get up here, it's important to move around a little, pat all over. Try to keep him from getting in a grouchy mood. You're a good boy, aren't you, bud? Let him investigate me there. That's a good boy. You're getting awful close to the fence, though. Mike Muffin. Now, like I always say, you're supposed to do it from both sides, but I'm not coordinated enough to really get up from this side. So I just make some noise over here. I can do it, it just isn't graceful. Freaking Mike Muffin is done. Put that in your pocket. You're a good boy, aren't you? Are you okay? You happy? I got a treat. He's been so good, I give him a treat. He can sit there and concentrate on that. Pay me, no, never mind. I'm fine with that. Getting chilly out here, isn't it, Em? You're a good boy. Okay, bud, I guess it's time to see how it'll go. I'm gonna put my helmet on for the first ride. Okay, lately I've been getting a lot of comments saying I'm an arrogant horse trainer. Well, I can tell you one thing I'm not arrogant about at all is my ability to stay on a horse if they don't want me up there. I fall off. It's almost embarrassing how easily I can fall off a horse. So that's why I'm always make sure I have a lot of confidence in my horses before I crawl on them for the first time, which this is going to be his official first steps with a rider on loose. So I always, before I do this, I always pray too for safety and dominion. Champ, God gave me dominion over you, that your will fall right in line with my will, which it already has, but keep me safe and be a good partner in Jesus' name. And then we just go after it like we know what we're doing. Because acting scared will get you hurt. Because they'll pick up on it. They're very perceptive. Good boy. Now, if he will, I would like for my first steps to be backwards. Back up. Back up. Back up. Good boy. Ooh, you got to adjust to that weight, don't you? There'll probably be 100 comments about me being too big for this horse. By the book, I am too big to ride him all day long over mountains. Back up. Back up. Back up. Good boy. But to sit on him for 5 minutes at a time and start building his strength and educate him, he can handle that. I'm closer to 30% of his weight than I am 20%. Like I say, we're just going to go, we're not going to ride him hard and he'll adjust to it. That study has a lot of flaws anyway. Okay, buddy, let's walk. Good boy. Walk up. Walk, bud. Walk that way. Good boy. Good boy. Little baby steps at first is fine. I normally have a whip. No, I'll try to get by without it. But sometimes, because you don't want to have to kick on them real hard to get them going, sometimes a whip's better. Walk. I got these reins. Good boy. Good boy, bud. Good boy. Walk. Walk. Good boy. Good boy. Walk up. That is my buddy. Good boy. That's a good boy. Let's go this way. That's a good boy. Walk. That's a good boy. He's getting the hang of it already. What a smart horse. Walk up, bud. What a good boy. Swinging my legs, kind of being free up here to free his body up a little bit. Anything he's nervous about, I do a little bit extra of it to get him over that fear. And then there's another thing that maybe while I'm doing it isn't the best time to teach it, but there's the hallway theory where I'm closing certain doors in a hallway and opening certain doors to make it more abundantly clear to him what I'm wanting him to do. So yeah, I'm not riding with perfect equitation, and I'm doing that on purpose because I want him to clearly know what I want. Good boy. Walk up. What a good boy. What a good boy. Whoa. 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 Nah, that ain't good. Back up. Back up. Now that was a good, soft, easy give. Good step. And then on a first ride, when you get a good step or a good give and you make progress, the thing to do is get off and in place, right where you're at, strip the saddle and the bridle and quit. Because you always want to quit on a good note. You don't want to push a young mind too far. And then you put him in a stall overnight, feed and water, and let him soak on that lesson. Let him just learn and think about what just happened and realize that it was not a bad deal. Treat doesn't even hurt a little bit right there after something like that. Which, thanks to all the viewers sending me apple treats, I have no short supply of apple treats. And I hand them out sparingly. So there you go. Wild, unbroke stallion gets his first ride. Well, if you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button on your way out. And we appreciate all your support. And stay tuned for more progress with Champ.